everyone, JR here from Bell of Lost Souls with
Larry Vella. Hey everybody.
And today we are taking a look at Kill Team Arena.
It is here. This is the big thing everyone has been waiting for. It is a supplement for Kill Team that is specifically designed to tell you all about competitive gaming and how to manage and run competitive gaming events with Kill Team. Very cool.
Yeah, this is a hefty box as well.
Oh yeah.
So you know it's deep, it's big, it's packed
chunky.
full of stuff.
It's chunky. Flip it over.
Let's
see the back.
Let's take a look at the back so you can kind of get a look at some of the stuff that you'll find inside.
It's designed in the UK.
Ooh.
All right.
You can see the game board, all the little bits of terrain. That's what it looks like assembled. And now let's take a look at what's inside.
All right. Here we go. I'll hold that. Get that.
Oh, geez, this doesn't want to open up.
I know.
There we go.
It's a vacuum. There we go.
Ooh, all right. So we have all the terrain here. I can see some Sector Mechanicus-esque piping and a whole lot of interesting looking doors.
We've got barrels. We have bulkheads. We have these little ammo crates, ductwork, and these little and more ammo crates.
Looks like you get two sprues that are the same. We'll take a closer look at those here in a little bit.
Yeah, those are identical.
Onto
the heavy, thick cardboard.
Some nice boards.
There's one of those.
They are double-sided. We'll be taking a closer look at these here in just a moment.
There's another one.
Two boards. We have the Kill Team Arena Competitive Skirmish Gaming booklet. Oh, ooh,
yep.
That's
we will go through that soon. That is a 64-page book.
It looks like missions and stuff inside, and we got this looks like a
those
thing
are
full of deployments.
Yep, missions and deployments, and then we have 3 stacks of cards in here.
All right, what do we got here? Let's see. We have
flip that one over.
Unhelpful. We have a deck of arena objectives. Engage on all fronts is this one. This is also a deck of arena objectives.
Nice.
All right.
In little card sleeves.
And
one last
finally
deck.
We have the stratagems. And then just to make sure that there's nothing hiding, there's secret arena cards. Nope.
All good.
All right, that is everything in the box. So we are going to go ahead and pause here, and we'll be back to take a look at everything closer. All right, so here we have all of the cards. You have 2 different decks of arena objectives and 1 deck of stratagems and tactics. The Battle Brothers tactics are in there, as well as all the kind of cool stuff. You can get into more detail from the book, which we'll take a look at in a minute.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to show you, you've got a lot of cards. So you also get the rules and deployment setups for the different missions that you'll find in the book.
Yeah, and what I like about all of these is that you can tell it's not just, these are specifically designed to be used like to make playing a tournament easier.
Yes.
It's like, you can put these on the table, or players can draw them randomly.
You just
so
show up with
it's not a lot of like flipping through books.
No, you just show up, get your fancy objective deck sleeve, and then
it looks like there's 12 arena objectives.
And there's a ton of
and
different
there's a lot.
tactics.
I don't know how many. There's roughly 2 dozen.
Right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the sprues. Again, these are identical, so we're just going to take a look at one real close. Let me zoom in real quick.
We'll go through them. This is the that silver-colored plastic that we've been seeing. So if you guys want to paint it up, you totally could. If you go to at the same time, if you go to a tournament and they just they can just assemble these things and throw them right on the table, and you can get playing and into your Kill Team games right away.
And it is
bulkheads. So there's 5, which means you're going to get 10. Obviously, double all the numbers. 4 barrels, cylindrical one, and then ammo crates. Large ones and small ones, and then ductwork.
And then, of course, here's the back of all of them. The crates and everything are all kind of put together. You'll have to assemble the barrels. This is that harder plastic that you'll find in the terrain. Pretty cool. You get 2 of these sprues, so there you go. All right, folks, as you can see, we've had to zoom all the way out just so you can get a look at the boards. These are huge.
Yep. Those look like 24 by... They're not 20. It's like 18 by 30.
Yeah, it's big. It's big enough to have a nice close quarter kill team fight on.
So you get this side that's all generating.
Right.
Then you flip it over.
They are double sided.
Yep.
So they each have kind of different setups, different maps. The different missions use different sides, and you get 2 of them.
Then you get the other one. Pull that guy over. We'll put him like this so you can see it. It looks like that.
That's a more labyrinthine guy, and then of course here's the other side.
Yeah, that's the super tight quarters one. Oh,
And this one has a little more open fields in the middle that you'll be taking pot shots down.
Yeah, so 4 different maps.
You get 4 different maps, and each one of these is big enough for 2 players to fight on.
On a single mission.
We'll go ahead and come back with a look at the rules. All right, folks, here we are with a look at the Kill Team Arena Rules book. So let's go ahead and open this up.
All right, we have a 64-page rulebook here. Here we go. We're going to take a look at our table of contents. First of all, we have our quick introduction. We have approximately 10 pages of kill zones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kill zones. These are the standard missions and layouts for playing just kind of, default missions. We'll get to those. Then you get a big section on competitive play with normal competitive play missions. There's a whole bunch of them here. Then you move on to Battle Brothers. These are team missions. So this is 2 versus 2 missions. Then at the very end of the book,
you have Ultima missions.
You have Ultima missions, which is more advanced, quick 1 or 2 pages on playing that. And then you get a little bit at the very end on how you actually run your tournament, which is really interesting.
Oh, and real quick, just a minor correction. I think there are 4 different kill zones, and then there's one that's the set of like the ultra close combat rules. So it's the like how and when you can take a shot at stuff. Right. Yeah, that's these guys right here. Yeah. They've got very strict rules. One thing I want to touch on, they've got very strict rules for what you can and can't see. Everything's on a grid, so there'll be no like no true line of sight. Everything is kind of measured via the board. So
you'll notice that there were the 4 different sides to the boards. Those match the 4 different kill zones. These are really interesting because once again these are made for competitive play. These tell you exactly how to set up the board. You use this board, you set up all the things exactly as shown in the positions as shown, and then when you start your game there's a d6 table and you will get one random effect that will affect that particular round of play. Yes. So here's the Generatorium.
Here's the Catacombs.
Here's the Catacombs.
We've got the
Armorium Stockpile.
And then finally the Garrison Vault.
Right. So those are those. And then you move on into how does competitive play work. I want to talk a little bit about this. This is an example of what type of a product this is and how tightly designed it is. They even specifically tell you with that terrain that you got on Sprue, this is specifically how you assemble it. So when you're supposed to assemble, this type of a thing, it tells you. You get the 4 barrels, you put them in a 2x2 grid, and then you put the thing on top. When you're doing, here's 3 different configurations that are used for ammo crates, and it tells you exactly which ones to use and how to assemble them. So they want the environment that you're going to be playing these missions to be 100% regular. Which is very different from previous Games Workshop.
Absolutely. Then, of course, you have a list of arena objectives. We're not going to go through all of them. But
those are the ones that were in those little sleeves.
Yeah, these are decks that you can either put together yourself or you'll put together with your opponent.
And then you have a bunch of these are the standard missions. We'll go through like 1 or 2 of them just to see. There are several of them, and these tell you exactly. This is the board you're going to use. These are the deployment zones. It tells you which of those 4 previous setups you're going to use, and then if there's anything additional, it will show it. So as example, on this one, this is where you put those types of crates. This is where you put the decks. These are, the little dots are
your objectives
to the mission.
Yeah.
And it tells you specifically, down to the last terrain feature, how you build your board, where the players start, exactly how long the game is going to be, and how to score it.
Yes. So they are incredibly tightly written rules.
Yep. So we're going to go past that.
Here we have the Battle Brothers section.
This is 2 versus 2.
They have rules for who can team up and who can't. So there's a list of keywords that your army will have to share. No big surprise. Imperium can play well with itself. Chaos plays well with itself.
And then the big difference on these boards is the overall layout is exactly the same, except that you'll notice you're putting 2 of those boards together, and it tells you where to link them. Again, everything else is the same. It's telling you where Team A, Team A deploys here, Team B deploys here. It tells you specifically this is where you put, all the stuff.
Yeah, here are the objectives that you can satisfy, and here are the arena objectives available.
And you get several of
those
missions. You get several of those.
And then finally, we have the last type. This is the one that I'm kind of excited about. This is the Ultima missions. So let me flip back here. Oh, real quick though, you do get some special teamwork stratagems. The Battle Brothers tactics. These are rules that affect how your team works. For instance, the Tau one lets both teams count as the same army for the greater good purposes.
So Ultimate Missions. Ultimate Missions, this is just a more advanced style of play. It's basically a kind of design the game as you go.
Yeah.
So both players get there, and basically everything is randomized. You're going to be randomizing the mission. You're going to be randomizing the objectives. There's a whole different way of. So it's more of a more fluid, on the fly kind of a game style rather than everything is preset.
It's designed to see how adaptable your kill team can be.
Right.
Then, of course, they've got rules on how you can put together tournaments.
We're not going to go over every last thing over here, but I will say this is really interesting. This is the part I really wanted to see. How specific was Games Workshop going to get about this whole section on how they recommend you set up tournaments? And it's pretty exact. They have things for, this is how they recommend you do registration. This is how you set up what missions people would play. They do recommendations on when you should take breaks, recommendations on policy for incorrect models. They have
rules for conduct, rules for
exactly.
Cheating, what is considered cheating.
Rules for what can spectators do, what can they do, what can't they do.
Rules to handle the alternate formats in the book.
It's actually surprisingly strict.
Yeah, it looks like they are really taking a run at making this as competitive as, say, Shadespire or Night Vault have been. So I'll be interested to see what kinds of tournaments come out of there. But that is what you get in the Kill Team Arena competitive gaming expansion box set. It's a lot. It's a lot to dig into, but I feel like it's going to be a big step forward for Kill Team.
Kill Team, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I'm JR.
And I'm Larry.
We're both from Bell of Lost Souls. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.